Well, hello. Ooh. Well, hello there. And this is Auntie and Bishop. And we are here to do our review on Ready to Love Season 4, Episode 10, Getting Clarity. Oh my God, Bishop, are you ready?
I'm ready, Auntie. Let's see how much clarity we're going to get.
We'll be back in a second.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Everybody needs
with a whoop whoop and a boop boop.
auntie that everybody needs.
You can make this up.
Now you know that these are some crazy motherfuckers.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie.
So why even bother?
Aunties and lives, sweet old auntie. Aunties and ways. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome. I see y'all are in the room and ready for this review. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for joining the family. And to all of my nieces and nephews and my members who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. Bishop, why don't you tell them where they can find you on the YT?
Auntie, they can find me right here on the YT at Let's Talk to Cutler. I'm live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 o'clock trying to make people feel a little bit better about tomorrow than they did today.
Okay. And you do a great job at it. You looking nice and handsome tonight, little schoolboyish.
Well, thank you. And I see you got your whole glamour girl thing going on. It looks good.
Thank you, Bishop.
Uh-huh.
So, Bishop, if you had to rate this episode of Ready to Love, Season 4, Episode 10, Getting Clarity, what would you rate it?
Auntie, I rated this one a D.
Bishop, why?
I think it was the D for delay. And yeah, I was looking for stuff. I'm not gonna spill the beans just yet. I was looking for stuff to happen, and I wanted to see some stuff, Auntie. But so yeah, it was. We'll talk about it. I don't want to, as we say in the South, I don't want to put the cart ahead of the mule.
Okay. Okay, well, if I had to rate the episode, I probably would rate the episode a C plus.
Okay.
I thought we got some clarity.
Well, in terms of getting clarity, I'll up my score. But in terms of
No, you stay
by
right
the time I got to the end, I'm gonna hang on with the D.
That's right. You hang on to your D. Okay.
Yeah. But we did get clarity. We got some clarity. Whole lot of clarity.
We got a whole lot of clarity, and we're going to clear it up even more. Okay.
All right.
Okay, Bishop, you want to lead? I would love for you to lead.
Yes, ma'am. But I always have to make sure that you got your seatbelt on, that you're safe before we take off driving. All right?
Okay. I got
Auntie,
extra.
We jumped right in at the beginning, right there with Alexis, where she was telling Amber she felt like Amber betrayed her. She felt like Amber was a Judas, and she just needed some clarity on that situation. Amber tried to, offer some explanation in terms of what happened with her having gone out with. She said she wasn't on a date, but she went out with, or she ended up with Ron and ended up getting kissed by Ron. And but Alexis at first wasn't letting that go. She was just relentless. Just like,
I
no,
thought
you
that
betrayed me.
I thought that Alexis was fake and phony. I
Oh,
thought it was some BS. Um, I truly did, and I
okay.
don't think that she owns anyone, and no one is her possession or property. And Judas kissed that person that he betrayed, right?
Mm-hmm.
He had the offense against. She didn't kiss her, she kissed Ron. Okay. So
Okay.
Judas, she would not be. Okay. Because Amber didn't kiss her. Now,
Okay. Okay.
Judas would have been that she offended or betrayed and then kissed her, but she kissed Ron, which is what she was supposed to do. This is a dating show, and she has kissed multiple people. Now, Amber, didn't owe her anything, first of all. Second of all, if they were really good friends in the way that she articulated that they were, then she should have had the conversation with her in private and not bring it out. However, knew Amber's address for going out there and busting Joe out. So took care of it. But I thought that Alexis was full of crap. And then when she said to Amber, I'm going to give you the floor to say something, or like she's in control of everything. Boo, that's been your problem the whole entire time, is trying to have control over people and trying to rule and lord over who am I your top, am I your bottom, am I your sideways, am I your upside down? And I'm just so sick of Amber. I can't wait. I mean, I'm Alexis. I can't wait for that bitch to get off the show. I mean, just seriously, for real. It was so fake. It was so contrived. And it was meant to hurt and damage Amber's relationship with KJ. Then when she made the comment, Bishop, if I can,
Yes.
and she said, I wouldn't have kissed KJ. He wouldn't have kissed you. You don't want nothing, boo. Ain't nobody, like, even the people that's attracted to you ain't attracted to you. Even the people that say they want you don't want you. Even the people that say that you're their number one really mean that you're their number 101. I mean, bitch, sit down. I mean, Bishop, maybe it's the hair.
Okay. Why don't you
I
tell us how
didn't
you
like.
really feel?
Are you ready for me to tell you how I really feel about her?
No, not at all.
I just thought that it was so phony. And if I was Amber, I probably would not have given her the time of day. And it made everybody in the room uncomfortable. And it just wasn't the time. They were talking about Ron. And Ron, she knew that Ron had done that to be malicious. And because she needed so much affirmation and has always needed so much affirmation,
Mm-hmm.
where Ron didn't give that to her, but in turn turned around and kicked her in her butt. According to Ron, on several interviews, he indicated that she knew about the kiss, that he had been very upfront, and they both knew that they were dating him. So for her to come out with that was just pure actress, and that would not get a nomination for a Grammy, Oscar, Stella, a Tony, just nothing.
Okay. All right. I guess I was just sort of feeling good that somebody got Amber back for how she just came out, blasted that information out when she said in the previous episode, she said,
Vernice,
"Oh, yes, she and
Joel
she
and
said to
Vernice.
Joe, but was Vernisha number one?" So I just sort of felt good that she was put in the hot seat for a moment. Maybe
Well, that's
good,
what
better,
I
and different.
Well, that's what I said. Karma, made sure that Amber, and it was an immediate karma
Ooh, yes,
because
yes.
Vernisha said something too. Vernisha said something, kind of to that. But I mean, I just don't like Alexis. It's just simple as that.
Yeah, but Amber apologized. She said she owned up to it. She it sound her speech sounded very contrived, very very scripted. So I didn't like Amber's speech. I didn't think her apology. This is just me. I didn't think her apology was authentic.
Yeah,
I
because she knew she was dating Ron.
Yeah, I thought she was just strategically apologizing or using words, not really apologizing. But hey, it made for good TV, and it made Alexis feel like, oh, okay, she owned up to it.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing. Alexis is sitting there talking about, I told you my feelings about Ron. They had mentioned something about a prayer or whatever that was. I didn't know what that
We didn't
was.
see that, huh?
We missed that.
Right.
But how did she think that made AJ feel?
That was a good question. That was a good question. Yeah, yeah. So what is it between Amber and Alexis? 6 on one hand, half a dozen on the other. Just
Okay.
yeah. I wouldn't be disappointed to see either of them go. I just
Okay.
wouldn't. I would be disappointed. But then they moved on, Auntie, to the point where they went off to their room. Who was it? Kyra stood up and said, "Hey, let's go to the jacuzzi." But before they went to the jacuzzi, we saw them go into their rooms. We sort of got a sneak peek of what we thought might happen. But the next major, and we saw some people in rooms with people. When I got a sneak peek and saw Joel and Vernisha
In the same room.
in the same room, they were in the same room. I know Liz and Amber, they room, but when I saw Joel and Vernisha, I thought, this is going to be interesting. Take me back to that. I need to see what's going to happen.
But they say nothing happened up in that captain. But
I know.
I guess we're getting ahead of things. But what do you think, Bishop? You think that men and women can stay in the same room, be attracted to one another, and not, get it in?
I think grown people can.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think.
so too.
Yeah, yeah. When you're younger, you have a few more challenges, but but when you're older and a little more mature, then you learn to yeah. But off to that jacuzzi.
Bishop, you look like you were sweating a little bit. You sweating?
Well, listen,
First of all, do you have your iced tea?
thank you, ma'am.
Okay. I want to make sure you had your tea, because you never know what I'm gonna say. I got my natural hair out now today, and it ain't behaving. It's all humid and all my curls gone and all that. So make sure you have that tea on deck, okay?
But I don't know the name of those earrings, but you got your earrings on too.
I got my hoops on. I got my
Your
hoops on, okay?
Right. Woo.
But I
Auntie,
think you can. Go ahead.
yeah. I was gonna say when you're older, wiser, and you've been around the sun a few more times, then yes, you can, and you learn relationship, and you learn emotion, physiology, and all of that stuff. But when you're younger, hormones are flying everywhere, and when you're younger, you just give in to the hormones. It happens. It happens when you're older too, if the truth be told.
I'm a little
But
bashful.
hey, all right. But speaking of hormones flying everywhere, the jacuzzi and the one who stole the show at that jacuzzi was Kyra.
No. Okay, go ahead.
But not necessarily that she stole it for a good reason. But I think she came out there. She said she wanted to prove a point. Kyra? What
She
point?
said that men are visual,
And she's right.
and she wanted to prove a point by putting that bathing suit on. But I'm telling you, it just was not the masquerade ball.
No,
It was not Liz at the masquerade ball.
no, not
It,
at
it
all.
wasn't, Bishop. It fell short. It was a flop. It was a fizzle that was supposed to be a firecracker. It just didn't work. The titties was too. I mean, I'm sorry, Bishop. Close your ears. The titties was just too low. Do your boobs hang low? Do they waddle through the floor? It was the wrong bait.
I've never heard that song a day in my life.
Do your boobs hang low? Bishop, it was a non-factor. It did not work. It was a fizzle. Liz indicated that she didn't even see it. Yes, you did, Liz.
She saw
Liz,
it.
you saw, and it's okay to see her.
Yeah.
Don't let it bother you. But it was a fizzle to me. I didn't even see any of the men or them say that AJ, Jason, Joel, nobody was like, ooh, that bathing suit. Did you see that? Or did I miss it? I may have missed it.
That was editing. I mean, we've talked about some of the stuff in terms of editing. I know every guy around that jacuzzi and that pool saw her. They saw her. And maybe the camera did some editing and they didn't want to show them responding. Trust me, they saw her.
Did they see it or did you see it?
Well, I saw her. And they
you
saw
make me get some damn tea.
Auntie, come on. She came out there in that orange. They saw her. I was kind of mad at the cameras because, I mean, talk about production and editing. They saw her.
They should have gave her more. They should have let you see more. Is that what you're saying, Bishop?
They could have.
Okay.
But here's the question though. When she said that she didn't, she said she just wanted to prove a point. That troubled me. What point were you trying to prove? Yeah, I know that men are visual and I just want to give them some eye candy. And then she said, I know Jason has been feeling Liz, so I just wanted to prove a point.
That she could turn his head. But it was stupid.
Yeah.
It was stupid because you know you have to be in competition with yourself, not with somebody else. And I think that that's what a lot of these women are not getting, right? Step your game up because you want to step your game up, but you don't step your game up to be in competition with somebody else. Because Liz had on a full 1950 grandma going to the beach when Ocean City just opened up outfit, right? And Jason still was attracted to her. So it doesn't make a difference what you look like on the outside, covered up, not covered up, whatever. If a man is attracted, at this point, they should be all past the physical, right?
Yeah, yes.
They're at the end of the competition. So what point was you trying to prove?
And Auntie, if it was just to turn, if it was just to turn somebody's head, that sisters have to be more mature than that, because anything would turn a brother's head, but is it going to stay turned?
True.
That's what's important. I mean, we know we're dealing with cicadas.
True.
A cicada is going to turn my head if it flies by. Now, I'm not comparing Kyra to a cicada, but I'm not doing that. But if a cicada flies by, it's going to turn my head, but it's not going to stand that attention in that direction.
Bishop, let me find you in the wrong. You know you calling that girl a cicada with the big orange red eye. Them things fly up on your porch, and you be looking like trying to make sure it don't land on you. Yeah, right. It wasn't. It was a dud.
Yeah. She was not the belle of the ball. So
no, she was not.
Yeah, but I know she got the guy's attention. I mean, I just can't lie. I know she did, but it was not. It was just a passing thought kind of thing. And she stayed. She didn't get down in the water. I noticed that. I was like, well, Kyra, is kind of not working for you, but hey, do what you think is important.
Read it, bitch.
Yeah. Okay. I'm done. I'm gonna quit talking about it. But yeah, hey.
You tickling me tonight. I am tickled.
You said I called a young lady a cicada, but yeah. And but I like your point though, Auntie. I hope your nieces and people are listening to what you said. Be in competition with yourself. Be in competition with yourself. Look good because you want to look good. Go all out because you want to go all out. Don't do it in the nature of competition. If it's friendly, sibling friendship, rivalry, and you each motivate each other, go for it. But if you're doing something to spark jealousy in somebody, be careful with that, because like you said, stuff what goes around comes around.
Yes, it does. And somebody else will come out there and really have a banging body, because Kyra has a nice body, but them boobs was hanging low.
Well, okay.
I mean, they was swing low, sweet cherry, coming forth to carry me home. I mean, she looked like she has been nursing a couple of kids, and I ain't trying to body shame her, but I'm just saying, if you coming out there and men are visual, honey, then you need to, you know what I'm saying? because I know what mine looking at, and you can only work with what you got. You can't make up nothing.
But I'm gonna say this though, Auntie. She gave the visual, from my perspective, she gave the visual aesthetics. She did.
And
But
I guess that's probably why. Go ahead, Bishop. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, but for me, it was a little more than that in terms of one, why she did it, and how she presented herself. But I thought, yeah, she was attractive. She got the guy's attention, I'm sure, no doubt. But her motive was what was ugly to me.
Okay, that's fair.
She turned heads. They didn't stay, but she did turn them.
Okay.
All right. Well, but we noticed who was missing around the jacuzzi and around the hot tub, Amber and KG. So then we saw that they weren't there, and they had their own little rendezvous, because when she talked about having kissed Ron, that was a gut punch to KG, because he was just completely shocked, and she knew that she needed to rectify that situation. She didn't want that to get out of hand. She didn't want it to get out of control, which I don't know in terms of editing how long it took, but if it was immediate, I like that. When you know you've created an offense, don't let it sit there and simmer.
Exactly, like Joel did.
Right, absolutely. So what did you think about their little kiss, no pun intended, kiss and makeup, or makeup and kiss? What do you think about that, Auntie?
I thought that it was appropriate. I thought she did the right thing. I thought that she was, as honest with him. She went into more detail with him. She said, he kissed me, and his friends were around, and I didn't want to embarrass them. And he said, well, we tell each other everything, right? And so I think that she did the right thing by letting him know. But I thought that he was more honorable by letting it go, right? Because he could have dwelled on it. He could have made a bigger issue out of it. But he was like, hey, we are just dating. He said, now, if it was 18 months down the line and she did that, then I would, I wouldn't let it go as much as I did this time. We just starting off, she did what she did with the woo, 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 woo. I think, again, the way that Alexis brought that out, with her being selfish and wanting to get her point across, she didn't even consider how KG would feel about finding out about that for the first time. Didn't even consider his feelings.
Okay. Interesting.
Because when you do stuff like that, Bishop, you got to think about, this is a shock, or could be a shock to the other person, just like she did with Joel. And Vernisha didn't know. She didn't give him that opportunity to soothe it so that she wasn't immediately hurt. She did the same thing to Alexis did the same thing to KG. She didn't think about the ramifications of how this was going to make him feel, whether or not it was going to embarrass him or what. She never considered it. She just wanted to blurt out the offense, or the Judas offense she thought that Amber had committed, but did not even care about what KG was going to have to go through. So I thought it was good that Amber went on and kissed him, and they kissed and made up. And I thought that it was very, like I said, very considerate of him to let it go.
Now, do you think he let it go, or do you think he was just strategic, trying to play the game to make sure he didn't get kicked off the season like he did before?
I think he let it go.
Okay.
I truly did, because, I think that the two of them have such a connection at this point, that something like this, when Will explain, because of course I'm sure that there was more that she probably said that we didn't see because of production.
Right.
So I truly do believe that he absolutely let it go.
Okay.
I don't think that KG's in it for the game anymore.
Gotcha. I'm sort of looking for motives now, since they sort of getting down to the wire to see who's really in the game and who's really connecting. But he was honest. I thought he was honest. He was forthcoming. He said, "Hey, I was shocked. It was a gut punch. But what can I do except apologize? What can I do except accept your apology?" So,
but I think that Amber is very sneaky. I think that that she's very underhanded the way she's been playing the game. I think that she's been dating everybody.
Do you
I
really?
think absolutely, and
Okay.
I think that she's almost like a Troy because she done kissed damn near everybody. So I think that it's the quiet bitches that you gotta watch. It's always been the quiet bitches that you gotta watch, and she's a quiet bitch that you gotta watch. And
Oh,
she has
yes, ma'am. Go ahead. All right.
she's one of them quiet bitches that you gotta watch. And then the thing about it, she minimized it too. So she doesn't get away with nothing, right? Because she was like, it wasn't a big deal. No, it was a big deal to Alexis. It was a big deal to Ron because Ron cared or shared it, right? But she's one of those girls that when they say you got to watch those quiet bitches because they the sneaky ones, she's the type of chick that'll sit there and sleep with your man and be sitting up there with you, giving you a baby shower.
And but her
She is
explanation,
though. She is Bishop.
yeah, her explanation just didn't make much sense to me either. She said,
No, it didn't.
yeah, yeah. They needed a venue. He got the venue. They kissed, and she moved on. And I thought, oh, okay, all right, this is
Now
stuff.
he did mention that there was a club and he did invite her and she met him. She did not say anything about, or Ron didn't mention anything. Ron mentioned that she had her girlfriends with her. So maybe the person that was going abroad was her girlfriend, one of her
Oh,
girlfriends. But she made it seem like it was, some male that she was with. But again, she's one of those. In my opinion, she appears to be one of them sneaky bitches that you got to watch. Them quiet, sneaky bitches. And because she has dated everybody, and everybody she's dated so far, she's kissed. So
yeah.
again, in my opinion, she seems like one of those bitches that will sleep with your man and then the next day give you a baby shower.
And then Alexis turned around and told her, hey, she owned it. I forgave her. Brand new mercies, new grace. And I was thinking, Alexis, just shut up. Because you're just using words and phrases that just don't even apply. Just please stop.
And I don't think she's as churchy as she says that she is either.
But she knows all the vocabulary, and we just keep using it
Yeah,
over
yeah,
and over
she
again.
knows how to go. She's one of those. This is the way we go to church. We go to church. She knows the way. She's one of those.
You and these little jingles tonight.
It's the hair. It's the hair, Bishop. I need to go ahead and find me a good weave, a good cornrow, a good wig, or something. It's the hair. She's one of those chicks. I'm telling you right now. She knows the vernacular. She knows the hand waves. She knows the gestures and stuff like that. But it ain't no God in her, in my opinion. Ain't no God in there.
Wow. All right. All right. Well. What was
But
it? The
at the
next?
pool, we gotta
Yes.
go back to the pool because at the
Okay.
jacuzzi, it was AJ, Liz, Jason, and Kyra. And Kyra was asking Jason, what do you look for in a woman or whatever, and how do you know when a relationship is a something? And he
Yes.
said, when a woman doesn't trust me, and I feel like what I'm saying, I gotta trust. During that time period, AJ was sitting back up in the cut,
Y-
watching and listening to everything that was going on because there had been questions that he had been asking Kyra that he did not get an understanding.
Right.
In the meantime and in between time, that bitch Fly was sitting over there telling Joel
Vernisha.
and Venetia, you know what? They just always argue all the time.
Yes,
Some
she
men
did.
like that. Some men love to argue. Some of them love that the break up to make up. They like that. You know what I'm
Keep
saying,
on
Bishop?
going, Auntie. You
They
just feel
like
like
that.
singing.
It's the hair. I need to have me a good thing around here. Bishop, some men love the challenge. And AJ later on confirmed that he's one of those men. He said she's the excitement bitch. When he's arguing with her and they going back and forth and they word playing and all of that. That's foreplay for AJ.
Turn him
And
on.
And Kyra knows it. And she allowed herself to sit at the pool to give AJ something he can feel. She revealed herself through having a conversation with Jason because her and AJ are butting heads. But I'm gonna tell you that's the best sex though. You know, I wouldn't know anything about that right now, but I heard. Okay, my friend told me. Did that work, Bishop? My friend told me.
Yeah.
My friend told me that that's the best sex. That makeup, that break up the makeup. Okay.
Okay.
And so Joel asked Vernisha, "You seen everything you need to see? Let's go to bed, boo." Because she had her cute little pink pajamas on and all that kind of stuff. She looked really cute underneath that little robe, a towel, or scarf, or I don't know what she had on, but she but the thing about it is Alexis is like trying to make it seem like I have all this peace with him. I bring him peace and vision and insight. Bitch, let me tell you something. He is fascinated by Kyra.
Yeah.
She challenges him.
Yes.
In a way that Alexis doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Alexis is too clingy, too beggy, too needy, too desperate, I need affirmation morning, noon, and night. This man has told her in every way possible. He don't answer her phone calls. She was complaining about that. She couldn't find the mofo when she needed to find the mofo. Like, it's been a whole lot of stuff that's been going on with that relationship where AJ has given her every clue. I mean, he basically put a scavenger hunt bitch together for her. And she getting all the clues and she getting to the spot and she get her little envelope. Okay, so this one says that AJ is not interested because AJ did not call me back. Walk 2 paces over to the northwest side of the park.
Right.
Bishop, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's giving her all these clues and she still think that she's competition for Kyra. She's not competition for Kyra. Yeah. Kyra got that man sprung.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, I just wanted to make sure I went back to that pool conversation.
Oh yeah. That was a conversation that you had to eavesdrop in on and just listen to the details and notice what was going on. And she's sitting over there vaping and gossiping.
The church lady.
The church lady. Yeah, vaping and gossiping.
Vaping and gossiping. Okay, Bishop, go ahead.
No, that was good. I'm glad you took us back, Auntie, because we didn't need to gloss over that. But
no, we did not.
That next day, when we saw Joel and Vernisha, and Joel told us that they slept together, they shared the room, shared the same space, and he knew the question. People wanted to know, did something happen? And
he talked said, about no, something but it could have happened.
So, what do you think?
I think nothing happened.
Okay. All right.
What do you think?
I don't know. I wonder if production really had cameras in there.
No, Bishop.
Okay.
No, Bishop.
So knowing that
that just was so it would turn me off from the show forever if they released footage on it.
Yeah. So I don't know. We don't know. Joel said nothing happened. We just have to take it at face value.
And the reason why I want to take it at face value is because I believe that myself and you and maybe some other people have been in situations where something could have happened and it did not happen.
Yeah.
And you want people to believe you, when you say nothing happened. And I have been in situations and nothing has happened.
Right.
And for people to assume because the man and the woman are there together that they don't have enough self-control to hold themselves if they especially if they committed to celibacy or that people don't have the ability to do that. So even if something happened, I choose to believe that nothing happened.
No, I agree. I'm really with you. I was just saying that talking tongue in cheek, but I'm with you. I choose to believe nothing happened. And he was so genuine about, he didn't have to share it.
Didn't have to share it at
Didn't have to
all.
share that at all. But then we catch Liz and Alexis talking. Here again, I think Alexis was just trying to see what was going on. And she was telling him, she said, hey, I see you and Jason together. Did he kiss you again? Asking a whole lot of nonsensical questions, things that she really didn't need to know. Alexis, how is it going to change your life one way or another if Liz and Jason kiss? That's not going to change your life.
Exactly. But she says enough and ask enough questions for her to be able to have the floor for the remainder of the day.
Alexis
just wanted to talk about that, Jang.
She needs attention.
But I thought that Liz was so, I thought that when she said, did you kiss him? And she was,
uh-oh.
I'm having an issue with her tongue. Something's going on like here. Like
Auntie.
grow up. Did you kiss him or not? Even though Alexis didn't have a reason to say anything, but did you kiss him or not? Oh my God, I was like, oh, it just gagged me out. I think she's just so immature and so settling for Jason, but okay.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right.
I think she's selling for Jason, and I think Jason's selling for her.
That they're selling. Okay. I see some of that going on. We see eye to eye. I see some of that same stuff going on. It's a matter of, you don't have a whole lot of choice.
Yes, and I think it got confirmed for me when Jason went out and played tennis with Kyra.
Yes.
And he almost had his head. Do you want me? And then when he kissed her, they was playing tennis. No, you're leading. Go ahead, Bishop.
No, go ahead.
No, go, Bishop. No, go, Bishop. Go, you lead.
No, so let's get to the tennis court where he kissed her on the forehead. He started, he kissed her on the forehead and kissed her on the forehead, and then but they had this conversation. It's like, hey, if I win, you'll have to tell me that I'm the greatest guy in the world ever. But then something that struck me that I wasn't so impressed with Jason about when he kept pressing her.
Yes.
Jason kept pressing her. It's like, so who do you want? Tell me, who do you want? Because for me, if you're going to pursue me, I need to get ready. I'm on the battlefield. I'm getting ready for battle. Jason, hold on. Have you said to the woman everything that you're pressing her for? Have you been forthright and said to her who you chose?
Exactly. And he hasn't.
Yeah. I was like,
you
Jason,
want something out of her so you can feel free, because you don't want to be hurt at the end. See, this is all of a self-protection.
Yeah.
You're trying to protect yourself. You're not thinking about her really. But
right.
She could easily lie and say, you know what, yeah, Jason, I'm ready. Like Liz. Liz ain't got nothing else. Her man, basically told her that he tapped out. Okay, ding, when he tapped out. So she doesn't, if Liz wants to go to the end of the competition, which I believe Liz does, she doesn't have a choice but to default to Jason. Because she made no other real connection. So Jason, who has the ability to have both women, doesn't want to do the right thing as it relates to giving Kyra an opportunity, like she said, to go to the end. But if I'm playing the game, I'm not going to sacrifice and let you go to the end either, Kyra.
That's right. Now, I thought that was dumb of Kyra to say that. Maybe that's why I gave it a D. D for dumb. Kyra, that was dumb.
That was dumb.
Yeah, to say that you need to see the entire process play out. Have you seen the other seasons at all, Kyra? It's not about, you don't wait till everything plays out.
But I blame the men on that. I blame the men for that, though. I absolutely blame the men for that, because the men are the ones that put Kyra on this pedestal because that week everybody chose Kyra but KG. I blame the men for Kyra thinking that she is Queen Sheba, because they the ones that put this crown up on her head, not Kyra. Kyra was struggling like everybody else until the word that came back that Joel, David, everybody said, when Tommy asked everybody, they all said, I will go home. If I had to go home today, I would go home with Kyra. The men did that. They created this little monster.
They created a monster, but I don't.
Yes, they did.
They did, but I don't think that gives her any entitlement. So she should still be careful, because on this game show, people, they're with you today. Well, not even on the game show, Auntie. We know people are with you today and not with you tomorrow. But but come on, Kyra. This is strategy. This is competition, and for you to say that, hey, I'm just here. I need to see how the process plays out. Be careful how you play your cards in this game.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
so
true.
so I didn't like that conversation with him pressing her for something that he didn't give himself.
Okay.
But then her response in terms of saying, hey, I want to see the entire process play out. No, you don't get to see the entire process play out and then declare yourself a winner. So that whole exchange just annoyed me. It did. And I can't even sing like you, but if I could, I'd sing something,
What would you sing? I'd sing it.
I don't know. And that's why I'm annoyed. You see me fidgeting here?
Yeah.
Ask the nieces and nephews, what would they sing? I was annoyed by that conversation because Kyra didn't make sense and Jason didn't make sense. And I thought, come on, if this ain't dumb, what is dumb?
Yeah, it was a waste.
Yeah. It
was a waste.
Pressing her. But then what about Alexis and AJ up in the tower? Up in the tower. Alexis, come on. Then she talking about she wanted to apologize for her. What did she say? Her high emotions. She wanted to apologize.
Well, she's always like that. But she has no fruit. For her to be a church woman, she absolutely does not display the fruits of the Spirit. She absolutely has no self-control. She doesn't know how to manage her emotions. And as a spiritual person, we know, even if you got a little bit of King Jesus, you know that you have to manage that, because nothing is ever about your emotions. And you can't operate out of your emotions. You have to operate out of what you know, which is the truth, which is the word. So she has very low self-esteem. Her self-esteem is in the gutter. So you come in there, because of course you had already been out on a scavenger hunt. This man has not been responsive. He is not giving you the validation that you so desperately need. And so now here you are on yet another part of the scavenger hunt where it's about to be closed. Because she stands up there, she looks for affirmation from him. She tells him, thank you so much. He said, but you lucky I ain't one of them type of guys that pop off. Remember he said that? I didn't react. You lucky I don't react to that stuff. And that's why I like you. That's another thing about you that I like, is that you real patient. But let me tell you something, honey, only because you're on the game show. Because the way that she comes off when she came off at the fireplace, she's just like Jason, trying to press this man for an answer. And he said, you ain't got to make stuff difficult. When you make stuff difficult, it turns the mofo off. And it does. It turns men off.
Yeah.
She doesn't allow space. If I'm not calling you every day, 25 times a day, then I don't love you or I don't like you. Well, it could be that I did like you until you demanded 15 calls a damn day. And I don't have the time to give you that. And so when she began to press AJ, he told her the truth.
Ooh, boy, did he tell her the truth.
You go ahead and tell him what did he say, Bishop? Because I'm not
He told her the truth with her desperate self. I think the young folk would call her thirsty, but he told her the truth. He said, "But listen, he said, what you're not is exciting."
He said there's two different things between the two of y'all. One is what I need, and the other one is what is exciting.
Yeah,
And I'm choosing exciting.
and he said, "You're not exciting. You're just safe."
Not,
Alexis,
bitch, you got your final card on the scavenger hunt.
yeah, buddy, pack up and go home.
Go home. I would have self-eliminated.
that was crazy. He said, "You're not exciting. You're safe." But he did say that, so she should have gotten clarity. But a lot of other stuff he started talking about, he just made himself sound dumb to me.
Yeah, he's very dumb.
There was another D for dumb.
Yeah.
And so I think that's another reason why I gave this episode a D. But she should have gotten clarity in that moment. Alexis, he doesn't want you. He really doesn't want you. You're boring. You're not excited. That's really what he called her. Anytime somebody tells you you're not exciting,
go ahead.
When he said you're not exciting, he was pretty much saying you're boring. You don't interest me. You don't enthuse me. You don't capture my attention.
You don't give me butterflies inside.
There you go.
A little bit of Michael Jackson.
Oh my goodness.
She don't give him them butterflies. But the one that you were sitting up there talking about, that they be arguing, she said, I like to give you peace. And not to be talking about anybody else, because, this moment is about me. But Kyra, y'all argue all the time. And you never talk to a man about another woman. It only makes him more intrigued.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Life lesson. Auntie, say that again for the nieces in the back.
You never talk to a man about another woman. It just makes him more intrigued.
Mm-hmm. Because no matter how he responds, he may sit and say, "Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Oh, yeah." But in the back of that head, when she's not around, he's like, "I wonder if what she said was true. Let me, I wonder if there's a way that I could check that out." You're right. Yeah.
Thank you for confirming that, Bishop.
It's
There's
true.
a lot of women that's sitting in the back of the church of Auntie's advice. They don't know that. But women, I'm telling you, you never talk about your competition to the man.
That's right. That's
or to another woman, because when you talk about it to another woman, it makes her intrigued as well.
So what you need to learn to do is have people in your circle to whom you can vent. You just need to have just a few people to say, "Hey, listen, we're good enough for me to vent to you," and don't take it beyond that. Just leave it there. And if you are so overcome with anything that you feel the need to vent about everything, go to counseling.
And women, don't talk about the D with another woman, because it's going to make her want to
Oh, auntie.
Don't talk about the D to another woman, because it's going to make her either want to suck it or fuck it.
Well, they were in there playing billiards, playing pool, and Joe went on.
Bishop, you need a picture of T. But Bishop, you know what? It's the truth.
Okay.
You'll never talk about that. Your experiences will lack thereof. Don't do it. I ain't even gonna look at the comments. Good thing I ain't got no glasses on. Go ahead, Bishop.
I think what happened next, they were playing pool or something. And let me just jump right ahead. It didn't last long. They were
Tommy.
when I tell you, Auntie, you know you off the chain tonight. You all the way off the chain.
I think it's my natural hair. I'm gonna have to make sure next time I have a wig on.
Woo! All right, okay.
I can't blame it on the earrings because I don't have those on. So it's something else. I think it's my hair and the lack of the curls thereof.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were playing pool. Anyway, Tommy shows up. Cowboy Tommy shows up. And you are a mess. I'm gonna get you. So Cowboy Tommy showed up. Tommy wanted to check in and see what was going on, especially because during this episode, the men held the power. So he wanted to check in with each of them. So he first went up and he had a conversation with Jason. He sent AJ away. He said, I need to have this conversation with Jason. Jason, you know the question. Tell me what's going on. I need to know. If you had to leave with anybody, who's going to be your one pick? I need to know what's going on. Who would you leave with? Jason went through some deliberation. But as you say, if he settled for Liz.
He settled for Liz because he said his father said it shouldn't be hard. But I don't know why his father said that.
Yeah.
Because the game of love ain't easy.
No.
Marriage ain't easy. Relationships are not easy. There's nothing that's easy peasy. And it may be easy in the beginning, but all you're getting is the representative. You're not getting the real person, because when you get the real person, you're going to have conflicts and confusion and disagreements and all of that. But when you walk, fight through it and get to the next level, it's worth it. And
yeah.
I always was taught that anything worth having is worth fighting for. I ain't never heard anything that's worth having gonna come easy.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you, Auntie. It's almost like you know, I have a lot of analogies too. It's like when you drive a straight shift, and you have to know when to ease off the gas and press the clutch and get the brakes and all that stuff together. Because when you first take off, sometimes you're jerking, you release the clutch too early, and you press the gas and it cuts off and it stalls and all that. But it's about balancing. So you go long enough to learn, how do I ease off the clutch and ease down on the gas? That's what relationships are like, right? So relationships are like that, because you do a whole lot of jerking and stopping and starting. But at some point, when you're in it long enough and you've worked hard at it, it is a little easier. And then just when you think you've got it easy enough, then you still will run into a pothole.
Absolutely. And the thing about it is, what is easy? Like, what's your definition? And what did your father mean by easy?
Right.
Like quantify that. What does that really mean? Because just because Kyra has not given you what you believe that you need at this moment doesn't mean that loving her isn't easy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is a dating show.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of editing and a lot of stuff going on. They dating multiple people and all of that kind of stuff. Now, yes, Kyra full of, but what's easy? Yeah. What may be easy for you may not be easy for Kyra, and vice versa.
Yeah. I tell people, Auntie, all the time, turn off, and I don't mean literally, but turn off the TV and stop looking for the music to play behind you in your life. It's not like that.
Let the music play. You won't get away. No. It just, no. It's
right. You just feel like singing tonight, don't you? I love your voice. Sing another one, Auntie.
Okay.
Oh my God.
What's love got to do? Got to do it. I mean, you know.
It is so true, though, right? Yeah. stop looking for this fantasy of music to follow you like you're on TV and like you're in a movie. It's not going to happen like that. You've got to work at it. You've got to compromise. You've got to give and take. And it's not always, tell me if I'm wrong, it's not always 50-50. Sometimes you're giving 90 and the other person's giving 10. Sometimes you're giving 1 and they're giving 99. It is not always 50-50, but it's about doing the best you can in the moment that you have. Because people think, okay, so these relationships, I always got to give 50-50. Sometimes you don't have 50 to give.
Yes, Bishop.
Yeah.
Yes, Bishop. You
Yeah.
better say that.
Yes, Bishop. Yes.
But it's about showing up.
Yes,
with the best
Bishop.
that you have in that moment.
Yes.
If all I have in the moment is 3%, then I'm doing excellent at giving my 3%.
Yes.
But what we promised each other was that somehow we're gonna come out of this with 100.
And you know what? And when you give me my 3%, when you down to 6, I'm at my 94 for you, baby. You
That's
know what I'm
right.
saying? I got you because you don't never know when it's gonna be your hard place.
Right.
You don't never know when you're gonna be like, you know what? I'm exhausted with everything that's going on, so I don't have anything left to give you when I come home from work.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I don't have, and then it could be the not only the for better, but for the worst part about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your spouse or your boyfriend, your fiance, or whoever the hell he is, may be in a car accident and can't give you anything.
Uh-huh. And the not being able to give you anything when you look at it on the broader scale, that's his 100% at the moment. That is all.
Yes, Bishop.
I think about, and you know this, a couple years ago, I sustained an injury. So I think what I was able to give the next day after the injury didn't look like what I was able to give the day before, but what I gave after the injury was still 100%.
Yes, Bishop.
It didn't measure up to what I gave the day before, but it was
Yes.
still my 100% at the time. When you show up, and so that's when I say the excellence of what you do. When you show up with all that you can give in the moment, you're giving your all.
And we got to learn how to carry each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
You because loving is not, like you said, 50-50. Sometimes it's not 100-100. And you can't come to a relationship with 50% anyway, because that's only half of who you are. You need to come into a relationship with 100% of who you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
100% of who you are. And that 100% of who you are need to be a whole person.
Yeah.
Because, bitch, if you already coming at 60,
Yeah.
if a man coming to me at 60, then it's 40% of him that I got to either try to help him build up, or I'm going to have to tolerate for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I need you to come at whatever your 100% is. And then we can work from there. Because I'm going to bring that 100, you bring your 100. And like you said, Bishop, sometimes in that relationship, when you get that relationship together, right, each person giving 100, don't mean that person is still bringing in the whole capacity in that relationship. And it's okay at that time. I'm going to carry you, baby.
Yeah.
But you can't stay there.
Right. It doesn't look the same every day. My 100%
you can't
doesn't
stay
look the same. Yeah, my 100% may not look the same every day, but when I realize that my 100% doesn't look as good today as it did yesterday, then I realize I can't stay here. I've got to do my part. Got to do my part. Yeah. So whoever gave, I don't know what advice Jason got, but we went off in that moment because when you talk about easy, it's not easy.
It ain't easy. And what is easy?
Right. We went off on
Yes, we did, Bishop, did we?
Yeah.
I mean, we need to pass the offering plate. Where them super chats? Where them damn super chats? Y'all getting a lesson over here. Look, I'm gonna have to give Bishop an offering, goddammit. Get them super chats and them cash apps in this damn chat.
Oh my God.
We over here preaching. You know a pastor don't preach for nothing, daddy. Get them super chats out.
I'm gonna get you.
Bishop, that was good. Somebody go
Yeah,
back and listen to that. That's a nugget right there that you done gave people.
because you know what, Auntie, if doing life is hard by itself, every
Yes.
facet of life is going to come with a challenge. Doing life is hard. So every part of life is going to have a challenge to go with
But
it.
that's why Jason is so flippity floppity.
Yeah.
That's why we have seen him. The bitch been acting like a seal the whole entire time. Just flipping on the beach. Something don't happen over here, he go to Liz. Something don't happen over here, he go to Kyra. What other woman on the cast has he been messing with, right? Because we don't know that yet.
Right.
But this mofo been so flippity floppity, Bishop, that he has not had any stability since he been on here.
Yeah. Yeah. And you
And then
can't. Yeah.
go ahead.
No. And you can't be flippity floppity like that, Jason, and press people for what you're not really willing to give.
And then the thing about it is he got the same mentality as Liz. He got chosen. I mean, the
Yeah.
same as Fly
Yeah.
with Ron.
As Alexis, that's right.
He with Liz because Liz chose him.
She
See,
chose.
because he told Tommy, Liz and told me what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So now because he done got chosen, now he gonna just stand there in the chosen state. What about your chooser?
Yeah, right. Talk, Auntie.
That's all I got.
Yeah, talking about you on the battlefield, waiting for instructions from your captain. No, brother, you step up and become the
But
captain.
you the type you
Step up,
Bishop,
Jason.
you the man. The
Yeah.
man is the head of the household. He gonna lead. You gonna sit up there and tell me, so you waiting on me to give you a command? Then bitch, you gonna be waiting. You're gonna be waiting.
I'm with you. I'm with
Because
you
I
on it.
take a submissive roles in my relationships. I've never become the man
Yeah.
in my
Yeah.
relationship.
Right.
I
And
take a very submissive role to my man, a very submissive, supportive role. Now I ain't gonna let you control me and run me, but I will submit to whatever the vision and the dream that you have for this
mhm,
relationship. Now, if it don't last, I ain't lost nothing. Because for me,
mhm.
it's not robbery to be a woman. For me,
Yeah.
it's not robbery to be feminine and walk in my femininity. And it's not robbery for me to be with a man and feel covered. I want to be covered. I don't want to continue to cover. I'm single. I cover myself.
Mhm.
I would love to take that and give that role over to to a man. So I would be disappointed and cutting the relationship off if you said, well, you the general, I'm waiting to get marching order for you, then you're not the man for me because I want a man to lead.
Yeah. And you and I, as friends, have had conversations. So one of the things that I really enjoy about hearing you say that is that for you, you understand that submission is not weakness, but you're submitting to something that you trust, and somebody that you trust is going to work out for your good. And then when you realize that it doesn't, when somebody has betrayed your trust, you're like, no, sorry, I take the
Yeah,
reins back.
that's right.
Yeah, absolutely. Auntie, we have said some stuff up here tonight.
And I still ain't seen no damn super chats. What's going on with the super chats and the ushers? Ushers, we
Not
gotta
the
score some
ushers.
people out.
Not the ushers.
We gotta score some people out. We had an admittance charge up in this mofo.
Oh my goodness!
All
But
right,
so let's talk about Joel and KG. Joel and
Joel and yeah, KG. When Tommy came to come
yes.
get
When Tommy sat with them and he had that conversation with them, he's like, KG. So man, you had an interesting situation here. You kind of got a gut punch. Let me tell you this: that brother came back with a quote that I wrote down and said, I've got to use that quote, Auntie, when he said, I'd rather you slap me with the truth
then
rather
kiss
than
me with
kiss
a
me with a
lie.
lie. I wrote that thing down. And he got points for that because there are some people who don't want to face the truth because the truth can be painful, the truth can be difficult to process, the truth can be ugly, and the truth can set up more hurdles for you to have to jump through. But he said, I'd rather you slap me with an ugly truth than to kiss me with a lie. Or, slap me with the truth rather than kiss me with a lie.
He said that.
Yeah.
He said that, Bishop.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
He
And
said
when
that.
somebody gives you that leeway to say, tell me the truth, take them up on that. Tell the truth. Let's be big enough to tell people the truth.
I feel a spur.
Let's, because I'm going to go off on the truth. Let's be big enough to tell the truth, because I grew up here, and if you tell one lie, you got to tell three more to cover for the one that you told. And while truth sometimes is not pretty, truth sometimes is easier to navigate and to walk over and to step over and to make the transition on than a lie. Because if I step on something that's not true, I'm stepping on something that may not hold me. I'm stepping on something that may give way and I may fall through. So if I'm standing on something that's not true, whether it's relationship, whether it's friendship, whatever the case may be, then I'm standing on something that you have deceived me and caused me to stand on. I'm not standing on it because I put myself there. I'm standing because you led me to believe that I can trust the strength of it when I can't.
On truth, the solid rock I stand. Oh, the ground is sinking sand. All of the ground sinking sand.
Yeah.
Um.
And don't let people force you to have to tell the truth. Yeah, don't let people force you to have to tell the truth. That speaks to your character and integrity. Just tell the truth. I don't know if Amber,
truth.
Yeah, I don't know if Amber would have told the truth unless she was cornered. Do you think she would have told the truth?
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because I think if she would have told the truth, she would have told the truth, and she did not.
I'm with you. Yeah. So Tommy found out from Joel that Vernisha, then he had a conversation with Joel. He said, well, Joel, listen, man, you were in some hot water too.
Okay.
What's going on? So Tommy had gotten the news somehow. He's like, tell me what's going on. And Joel revealed and shared that, hey, I messed up, and what was bad is I took too long to deal with it, too long to handle it. It was the timing. You don't let stuff simmer. Just when you know you've messed up, do your best to clean it up as quickly as possible, because the longer it sits there, the longer it stinks.
True.
Yeah. But ultimately, Tommy was like, okay, so Joel, you would go home with Vernisha, KG, you would go home with Amber. Let me go and check with AJ and see what's going on here. You said something earlier that really panned out and holds true. I think, Auntie, AJ clearly is looking out for Kyra, because he said, Tommy, yo, man, I don't know. I can't do this because I just don't know. I thought Kyra would have been safe, but Jason didn't choose her. He didn't say anything about Alexis. He's looking out for Kyra. I thought Kyra would have been safe, but Jason didn't choose her. Alexis, look out. Look out. He ended up on this date with Kyra, and they chit-chatted and talked about it. And he said to her, I need some level. I think he used the wrong word. He said, I need some level of reassurance, but I think he meant reassurance. But
because I was thinking that it was a mint that he needed in his mouth. Called a sure.
You're on a roll. You're on a roll tonight.
A sure mint? Or are you sure you have a mint?
I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you.
I was like, the slowest mofo on the bus, bitch. They let him have a damn final decision. How the fuck did that happen?
I am going to get you. Oh, my goodness.
What the hell? Well, come on, bitch. Out of all the people, they let this mofo. get to the end. What the fuck is wrong with these women?
Oh my goodness.
You know, I just need some assurement. Well, I got some double men. Sorry, bitch. I'm just like the brokest man. In my opinion, the man who just doesn't seem to really have it together. They let him stay and make a deciding deciding factor. They gave this mofo all the power. In the week 10, AJ, he should have been gone.
But he called Kyra out though, didn't he? Tell her, he said, listen, I needed reassurance, he said, but he told her, he said, you're straddling the fence.
She is.
Yeah.
She is.
Yeah. And although she's straddling the fence, I think he's going to look out for her. If it comes between her and Alexis, I think he's going to look out for Kyra.
Yeah, because he told her in the end, you're not ready to love.
He said that.
Let her hand go. He wouldn't let her hand go. She said, well, he still hold my hand.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I mean, so I ain't ready to go. He ain't ready to go. And then she said, can I have my hand back? He said, I don't want to be here without holding me. I don't want this to be the last time I hold your hand.
Yeah. And so
I want to hold your hand. I want to hold your hand.
You are hilarious. And so, Auntie, I know they wanted to see us put somebody in the recycle bin.
It's Alexis. What was my prediction last week? Oh, I'm holding true to that. I'm not letting go of Alexis. Okay. I'm not letting go of Alexis. And I still don't even think it's going to be Liz.
Yeah, I don't either. But, I mean, I had to say to your nieces and nephews, we didn't put anybody in the recycle bin.
Not this week.
But I can't wait. And I think that's why I gave it a D, Auntie, because I didn't get to put anybody in the recycle bin.
It's okay. Oh, we got an offering. Thank you, D. Modu. Modu Bay? How you pronounce that, Bishop?
Looks like Madoop.
Oh, okay. Oh, what the hell am I reading? Thank you so much for the $5 offering for the church, for the building of the
for the building fund.
The building fund. Thank you, Bo. Bishop.
I think something gold scrolled up before, Auntie.
Oh, it did? I ain't seen no offering. I've been looking for the offerings. Ain't no. Oh, you right, boo. Thank you, Naja, for the $10 offering or super chat for the building fund. Thank you, boo.
They are too kind.
Thank you so much. Oh, there go another offering. Thank you, Lakeitha Johnson, for the $5 building fund offering. Thank you so much. I got to make sure that the pastor get to build the building, okay? Thank you.
No, or Auntie, or in the case of these casts, it's definitely got to be the sick and shut in. Okay. I'm so wrong for that.
Yeah, y'all go ahead and put y'all prayers in there so we can send y'all a couple of prayer cloths and some prayer oil.
Oh my goodness.
Or some prayer tea. We can put it in the drop it.
But good grief. So
Bishop,
we got clarity. We definitely got clarity.
What clarity did we get, Bishop? What clarity did you get if you could wrap it all up?
If I had to wrap it up, it was that Jason and Liz have settled, so they're safe.
Yes, they have. They say they right. They picked the. Oh, look at my head, Bishop. Okay, go ahead. They wasn't. I'm telling you now. We've been on a roll.
We have. And Joel and Vernisha, that their relationship seems to be secure. I think it's genuine enough that it's going to hold on and hold out. Let's see. KG and Amber, I think their connection, I think they're going to make it to the final three because their connection.
Bishop, it'll only be 6 couples at the end, though, Bishop. I mean, 6 people, 3 couples. Right now it's 4.
Right. So I'm banking on Liz and Jason, Vernisha and Joel, KG and Amber. I don't
I'm
think.
not Bishop. Bishop.
Hold on. Okay.
So I think that next week Liz is going home, right?
Okay.
But the final couples that I see is Jason and Kyra.
Jason. Okay.
Joel and Vernisha. Amber and KJ.
Okay. So you see.
AJ is going home.
Okay.
I believe that, Bishop. I believe that AJ gonna send old girl home, and then I believe that Kyra is gonna send AJ home, even though AJ saved her.
Okay. Let's see.
I think so, Bishop.
So we only disagree on half of one couple. You think Jason and Kyra? I think maybe Jason and Liz.
And I think Liz going home too.
Okay.
But I think that Jason is going to end up staying around and he's going to be with Kyra. Kyra is who she. Jason may not say it, but Liz is the same as a fly. Liz is staying around. She is the safe thing. Kyra is the excitement. And Jason and Kyra have been together from day A.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when he is at the end and he feel like his back is up against the wall, he's making these irrational decisions, right? But I believe ultimately his heart belongs with Kyra. And if Kyra say, I want you, that's it. He back.
Yeah. Because he never
There's no
forgets.
commitment really to Liz.
He'll never forget when Kyra came walking through that green dress on episode 1.
He liked her from day one.
Okay.
And he just he's got to stop playing the game.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
Okay, so let's see. Jason, okay, Joel and KJ, okay, and you got.
This is the only
Jason
one that's
and
different.
Oh, you got Liz.
Yeah. I'm holding out for that red dress that they But we'll see.
Bishop, this was a good segment.
You were off the chain.
Now, you got any final words?
No.
All right, so I have a special announcement, you all, for the reunion. Bishop and I will be doing it with a live studio audience. So y'all get ready. I'm not sure if our dear friend is going to be serving food, if we're going to be maybe filming some of that, the food or whatever, whatever it is, we're going to try to film. It may not be live. We're going to try to make it live, but it may have to be filmed with a camera. But I want you all to know that we will be going with a live studio audience for the reunion show. What do you think about that, Bishop?
That's going to be exciting. I can't wait for us to do it in person together. That's going to be exciting. And with an audience, that'll be fun. We'll get some immediate feedback.
And it'll give me and you an opportunity to be in the same room feeding off each other because our energy is already high and we in 2 separate residences, okay?
Right.
Imagine the 2 of us sitting up in a room together.
I need a whole pitcher of tea.
Yes, indeed. It's going to be fun. So you all get ready for that. We are planning that. Oh, wait a minute. Got some up for the building fund. Thank you, Angela W., for the $10 building fund money. Thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you, Angela. So
check to see if there was, I think something green scrolled before that. I'm not as good as looking at this as you are.
You so right. Thank you, Glenda Hawker, for the $5 building for money. Thank you so much for building the Temple Bowl. Let me see if there's something else on there.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, yeah, we got to build the fund.
I
We
love your
can at least
nieces and
start.
nephews.
We can at least start with the welcome mat at the floor. Okay,
That's right.
the building ain't up yet, but we got enough to pay for a good old welcome.
For a welcome mat, and it was either ready to love or ready to leave.
Okay. Okay, thank you all so much for being here with Bishop and I. Bishop was out of town, and then I had out of town guests to come in, so we had to schedule it for today. But thank you all. I think we got 2 more episodes, Bishop, and then the reunion.
Yes, yes.
And I'm hoping that the reunion is not during my vacation because I am in Florida mid-July, and I got a feeling.
We'll work it out. You always
Yes,
do.
we will make it. We will work it out. Thank you so much to everybody who super chatted tonight. Thank you, y'all, just for even being here. We appreciate the views and the reviews of this conversation that we have together. Thank you so much to my moderators for always making sure that the room is nice and safe so that everybody can have an open discussion and not feel intimidated, harassed, bullied, or anything like that. We really, truly do appreciate you all. So until next time, Bishop and I will catch y'all for the next episode of Ready to Love. Tell them bye, Bishop.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, y'all.